Hi, this is Mina Owada from Real Estate Agency Terrace. I'm going to explain how to purchase a property in Japan for this time. So there's so much information in Japanese when you look at the website like Sumo at home and you have no idea what they say. It's all in Japanese and you don't know how much it costs for the all expenses to buy a house. So it's pretty difficult to find and buy a property in Japan. So I want you to understand the brief process. There are 7 steps. Step 1. Organize your conditions, like where you want to live, how much budget you can afford, how big of the house you're looking for, 1 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms. For your information, you can get a mortgage by 7 times of your salary. For the expenses, it normally costs 7% of the property. So for example, if the property is 100 million Japanese yen, it will be about 7 million Japanese yen for the expenses, including fire insurance, property tax, brokerage, and the other fees. And if you buy an apartment, you have to pay for the management fee and the fund of repairment every month other than mortgage. So you need to consider how much you can afford for the monthly payment by that. Brainstorm all the stuff and tell your real estate agent your request. You should also find the right agent as a very important partner when you're buying or selling a house. Okay? Step 2. Before you start looking for a house, I recommend you to start apply for the loan pre-approval from the bank so that you could determine how much mortgage you can actually get. The variable interest rate is about 0.4 to 0.6% right now. The fixed interest rate is about 1.3%. If you have already got the pre-approval from the bank, you can close the deal smoothly when you find the one you really want to buy. So I recommend you to do that first. To get pre-approval, you just need to provide some financial information to your mortgage banker, such as your income statements, and the amount of savings and investment you have. It takes about a week to get the answer from the bank. Step 3. When you find the houses you might like at the website, let's go take a look at them. The point is, you should take a quick action for that because right now there are less supplies and demand for the market, especially in Tokyo. So it's very competitive. It's already gone if you hesitated. So please go check the houses if you find something you might be interested. Step 4. When you find the one you really like, you should apply for the purchase form with the conditions you want, like how much price you want to buy or when you want to contract, when you want to move in, stuff like that. If you have already got pre-approval from the bank at this point, you have an advantage of it when the other person wants to buy the same house at the same time, because that means you can contract anytime soon. So the seller of the house would prefer to choose you for the better conditions. Step 5. Once you and the seller have reached the agreement on the price and other conditions, it's time to contract. It normally takes about a week to prepare for the contract by the agent. You sign the all paperwork at the office of your agency. What you need for the contract is your identification, your authorized signature stamp, and the certificate of your stamp, which you can get the local ward office, and the deposit. This deposit is normally 5% of your property. So, for example, the price of the property is 100 million yen. The deposit would be 5 million yen. You need to prepare by cash or transfer to the owner's account on the contract day. The contract is probably be written in Japanese, so you make sure you understand what it says on the contract. Then sign on it to avoid any troubles. You should ask the interpreter to go through the contract if you need. Step 6. The next step is to decide which bank you want to get a mortgage and contract with the bank. If you have a permanent residency in Japan, there are more options to select. Once you decide the bank, there are lots of paperwork you gotta go through to get the mortgage. On average, this whole process to get the final approval from the bank takes about a month to 2 months at the longest. Step 7. Once the bank is ready for the mortgage, after you have contract with the bank, you can make a payment to the seller and get the key of the house. You are now finally the new owner. So that's the 7 steps to buy a property in Japan. If you have any questions or anything about properties in Japan, feel free to contact me anytime. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one. Bye.